Benchmark Advance Unit 8, Wind and Water Change Earth. The essential question for this unit is, how do we react to changes in nature? Please look at the pictures and then reflect upon this question. The first text that we're going to read is called Tornado. This is located on page 6 in your reader. It is the short read 1. Please remember that you need to annotate as you read. Follow along as I read to you. Paragraph 1. It's the fastest, most unpredictable wind on the planet. It spins around, forming a funnel shape, and destroys everything in its path. It tears apart buildings, uproots trees, and tosses cars as if they were toys. Although a tornado may not last very long, its damage can take years to repair. The word I circled was unpredictable. Chance, random, unstable. We have a prefix here, un, which means not. So unpredictable is that something that happens by chance, it's random, and it's unstable. Very much an adjective which describes a tornado. Some of the key details that I underline were destroys everything in its path and may not last very long. The main idea that I've written in the margin is that tornadoes are fast-forming columns of wind that cause lots of destruction. So think of a column in our data tables that we were recently studying in math. A column is vertical, and if you look at this photo, this is very much a column of wind, right up and down. Please take a moment, either write your own main idea or feel free to copy the one I've written here. Please press pause so that you're able to do so. Then resume or play the video when you're ready to move on. Paragraph 2. Tornadoes usually come from thunderclouds. Warm air on the ground rises to meet cooler air moving down toward Earth. When the air masses meet, a large thundercloud forms. As warm and cool air swirls in the thundercloud, it forms a funnel. And the funnel is strong. It drops from the cloud and becomes a tornado. In the top photo, the caption says this diagram shows how a tornado is formed. In the bottom photograph, the caption says the area where tornadoes occur most often is called Tornado Alley. You can kind of see this in the photograph where it describes Tornado Alley, much like a narrow passageway between two buildings is called an alley. This is the same description within the States. And then you can see here what the paragraphs were describing about how the air circulates to form a funnel, or swirls, as they say, to form a thundercloud. Please take a moment to think about how you're going to annotate the text. Did you notice that thundercloud was a compound word? We've recently studied compound words. What's really important as you continue to read text is that you identify certain patterns and grammar skills that we've already learned. The key details that I underlined were air masses meet, a large thundercloud forms. Also, I underlined the key term funnel. For my annotation, I wrote, a tornado forms when warm and cold air whirl together and form a funnel. I've also labeled the diagram to support the text. Paragraph 4. Tornadoes can do serious damage to Earth and our environment. Some tornadoes are powerful enough to level forests and foothills. That means many animals end up losing their habitats. Fish are forced to go deeper in lakes and streams. After a tornado, the dirt and debris that remain in the air cause pollution. In a moment of reflection, can you think of other habitats that would be impacted by a tornado? Think about that for a moment. Then go ahead and update your annotation for paragraph 4. I circled level. Let's reread the sentence for context clues. Some tornadoes are powerful enough to level forests and foothills. Based upon the image, it's clear to see that what it means here is that it completely wipes out or strips it from its original environment. It gets rid of. It's powerful enough to level forests and foothills. Demolish. So I went ahead and wrote wipe out. Remember, as we come across vocabulary, we want to circle and then look up meaning, or at least understand it from context clues. Some of the key details that I underlined were damage to Earth and our environment, as well as losing their habitats. The annotation I decided on for the main idea was that tornadoes cause lots of damage to both animals and land. It is okay if you've chosen to write something else. If you haven't written anything yet, go ahead and pause the video so that you can copy down what I've written, or you can choose an idea of your own. Paragraph 5. What if there's a tornado warning? Read what Adam Reynolds and his family did. Paragraph 6. We were eating dinner and heard the sirens. The sky became dark and it started hailing. We rushed to the basement with our transistor radio. If you don't have a basement, go inside a closet. Listen to the radio for information to stay safe. The caption says, during a tornado warning, people gather in hallways, basements, and shelters. This is an example of what students do at school. Here is a shelter built underground in this community. And this is a shelter which looks like a gym that has been converted with cots or temporary sleeping arrangements for families that have been impacted by a tornado. Please take a moment and annotate the text. I circled both hailing and transistor radio. Hailing is heavy rain. Transistor radio is portable, which means you can carry it around with you, and it broadcasts the news. Please bear with me as I try to show you a photograph on my phone. So here's an example of transistor radios. It has a dial to tune into a frequency. I've also drawn an arrow to sirens, that a siren is a signal or a warning for something that is about to happen. For a key detail, I underline basement, closet, and radio. For my annotation of the main idea, I wrote, it's important to stay safe during a tornado warning by listening to sirens and taking shelter. Please stay tuned in the coming days as we annotate the next text. After we read the next text and annotate, you will be expected to answer the text-dependent questions in your independent skills packet.